donations.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm a biologist. I got my bachelor's in biology about a year ago, and
Okay.
I will start my MD next week. So
He's
that's a
asking
doctorate of
specifically.
medicine according to the American standard for what we use.
Okay.
Do you
He's
think
asking
I have a
specifically
solid
about
understanding of the DSM, what an illness, what a disorder is? That
As a
sort of thing?
as a
We can
biologist?
trust my opinion?
No.
Yeah.
Not as a biologist.
Okay.
What would qualify you as a
Trust that
biologist?
I
Hang on.
have-
What would qualify you as a biologist to speak with authority on the DSM?
It wouldn't qualify me as a biologist to discuss specifically.
So why am I
whether or
supposed to
not
trust
specific
anything that you
behavior is
say
disorder.
based on the credentials you just gave me? That's just silly.
Can you trust that I have a basic understanding of statistics and how biology works?
Not statistics when it comes to you just having a degree in biology. I would concede you may have a good understanding of statistics, but not because you have a degree in
Okay.
biology. No.
So part of my coursework is that I have to have a fundamental understanding of statistics, so introductory to statistics, introductory to sociology, as well as biostatistics as part of my degree program at a basic level.
So
So I'm not saying that I'm
So
an
what?
expert here, but
such
I'm
a
saying
dishonest
that I understand enough to be able to have an educated opinion on this subject.
everybody,
that-
well, I would
is
say
that
that a
something-
layman
No,
would
not
have as
everybody
much,
does.
a high school graduate would have as much of an understanding of the DSM-5 as a biologist. Why would you as a biologist have some
That's
unique
incorrect.
understanding? What gives you a unique understanding of the DSM as a biologist? What?
So part of psychiatry is anatomical and physical knowledge, as well as physiological knowledge of the brain.
Yeah, that would be
So, for
neurology.
example- Right.
Yeah, and you're not a
neurology is
neurologist. You're a
PhD in
biologist.
bio.
What do you study in biology,
A
by the
neurologist
way?
is a PhD.
Yeah, what are you studying in biology, by the way?
So I have 8 total publications. The first 3 are in astronautical engineering with NASA Mines as a consultant. One of them is in philosophy, which is actually psychobiological women's studies.
You got a degree in,
One of the other ones
women's
is
studies?
No,
Women's studies
a
biology?
Publication is not a degree. A publication.
No, but that's what you study. Women's studies?
is a lot
Okay.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems not.
And I think that proves that you have no idea. what
You.
goes
How would
into
you know? Yeah, I got cut off before I could say anything. So the thing
You
is,
just laughed, so I
Listen,
well,
laugh.
yeah, well, it's silly to me for you to say that you have some publishment under women's studies, and this somehow nothing you just cited would give you some unique insight into the DSM. That is absurd.
It's not a unique insight. I simply have a understanding of the knowledge inside of the manual to effectively use it at the basic level as a med student.
What? No, you don't. You weren't trained in the DSM at all to use it as at a basic
was.
level as a med student. That's ridiculous. Why? Where? What were you studying?
I
That would
start
get.
medical school next week.
Oh, so you're not. You haven't even
Yes, I
started
do.
medical school yet, but you're an expert in the DSM. Give me a
Have you?
break. I have as much insight as you
you?
do. Then,
You don't.
based on what? My lack of publication in
Just
women's
because you're
studies.
loud doesn't make you correct.
Yeah, it doesn't make you
No.
correct. You have no unique credentials you can
where-
cite that would give you any or give me any reason to believe any of your insights into the DSM or psychology at all. Nothing.
The problem here is that neither do you, and at least I understand how to use it, and you don't.
Oh, okay. I don't understand how to
I
use
was
it,
gonna-
and
I
you
was
do.
gonna ask, Andrew,
Got it.
Do you have any specialty in this?
Just what I've studied in it.
Just what you studied, personal.
Sure.
Okay.
Have you
Yep.
studied it with an institution with somebody who knows what they're doing?
Have
or
you?
are self-taught?
Have you?
Yeah.
Who?
I spoke with and I took courses with psychiatrists and psychologists who built things to teach us how to use it.
When?
assuming
What were
you
those
have not.
courses?
So the first is Introduction to Psychology. The next is Clinical Psychology
Right.
of Children. I
Right.
took Abnormal Psychology as well as a later course on embryological development.
And do you agree with
You-
me
you
that
realize-
psychology
wait,
then is the study of the mind?
Right. You realize you don't owe
Yeah.
answers to this guy. You know that, right?
Why I don't understand. Why did you bring her on if you didn't want us to have a debate about this?
No. I'm more than happy for you guys to have a debate. However, if you're going to ask about every single course she's taken, as well as what was question 32, what was the answer to that on...
Do you realize that when you say that you have unique insights into a thing, I have every right to cross-examine you to make sure that you actually do?
Yeah, Andrew, go ahead.
Thank you.
Yet you are playing the card that your self-taught behaviors is just as good as a degree. If Google
No. That's not what I said. What I said is that based on the credentials which you cited, I have no reason to believe you have any unique insights in the DSM-5 at all.
Yeah,
and she had to go.
Of course. People have lives. Sorry, bud. So, do you want to get on to the biological discussion, or do you want to talk about sociology still? Because, by the way, I hope you realize me and you have no contention when it comes to sociology being a soft science. It's also treated like a soft science in terms of scientific credibility and research and how that is done.
So that would give us good reason why science... Maybe we should not be as trusted as...
maybe fringe studies, but if we see...
well, wait a second.
What we can connect the causation.
What's a fringe study? What would that be?
Like, if you refer to like a specific study that says, hey, transgender women have the exact same brain type as any cis woman, right?
Yeah.
That would be, if that was like the only study that ever said that, that would be a fringe study.
Well, even if they're... Well, okay, but I have good reason not to trust even if there's multiple studies which say that absent a meta-analysis, don't I? Yes.
I would say generally,
yes.
Generally, if we see a population size growth in a specific study or a specific field, you have a reason to actually study it before you believe it, especially when we talk about soft science.
So I have reason not to trust it?
No, you don't have reason not to trust it.
Yes, I have reason not to trust it. You basically have just conceded. You know what I don't understand? Like, you can make a concession on this point and it wouldn't even hurt you.
To not trust it.
Yes, you would do. You do have reason to not trust it.
You have reason to first research it.
So not trust it.
That's what you have.
Not trust it. Yeah, same thing.
It's not open distrust. But the wording that you use actively can cause... I hope you realize this. I mean, considering your following, right? You should realize the people that you have following you, they will take that and say, well, I'm just not going to trust science.
Why? Why would they do that? Do you assume the people who are following me are just blithering idiots and you're a genius?
A lot of them are. I mean, I'll say this.
So you're really... So hang on. You're really smart and they're all really stupid. Do I got that right?
No, I wouldn't even say I'm really smart.
Good. Then why is it that you assume that they're going to come to a different conclusion than they would based on the words I just said when you end up agreeing with me mostly?
Because I'm in science, they are not.
Oh, how do you know that they're not? How do you know that they're not? That's a hell of an assumption.
I can assume because the population size of scientists makes up a certain percentage.
So they're too dumb. They're just too dumb.
No. So we can use an average statistic and understand that maybe 70 to 80% of them work in, basic blue collar jobs.
Yeah, and basic blue collar jobs use a lot of applied science, don't they?
Like what?
What do you mean? You're unaware. Wait, you're unaware of the applied science which would go into every
specific blue collar job are you referring to?
Oh man, let's just take mechanics for instance.
Mechanics, yeah. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. So you don't think that there would be applied science and invention in mechanics?
In the process of fixing a car? No, there's not really that much involved. Most stuff, for example, when we talk about like cam position, that's generally marked, as well as the fact that, like cars generally come in pieces and those pieces are prefabricated at a factory, which none of the workers there either have to, use complex mathematics because that was done by engineers.
Like a machinist?
Machinists might, but that's more for specialty products.
Electricians?
But generally, if we're talking...
Hang on, electricians?
Electricians might have to use basic, calculations for volts, but at the same time, they do have certain instruments that help them.
Control specialists?
Control specialists? What's that?
So if you're talking about process controls?
Yeah, okay, there we go. So, yeah, control specialists generally, I think they get degrees, actually.
No, they don't. They don't. Most electricians you'll find in factories are control specialists. And they don't usually have degrees, in fact.
Is it expertise?
Yeah, it's expertise, yep.
Degree. But they typically include a relevant bachelor's degree, strong
No.
analytical.
In fact, I could tell you out of all the people I've met who do electrical controls.
Okay, but why should I trust your personal experience?
I'll tell you what. Just look up see how many control specialists have
if you
degrees.
can't trust a social science. Why should I trust your personal experience?
I think that's fair. Look up how many control specialists have degrees. I bet you it's very few.
There you go.
Same thing with HVAC, things like this. They all require applied science, man.
50% hold bachelor's degrees, 20% have an associate's, and according to an analysis of 7,370 control specialists resumes, the quality control specialists may have a bachelor's degree in the percentile of 65.52% of jobs requiring it, while a project control specialist requires a bachelor degree in 70.84% of jobs.
Yeah, hang on. Project control specialist, you're looking for a bachelor degree because you're in a leadership role. But you see how if for control specialist, it's between 50%, maybe a little less. I mean, I'll even grant you maybe even a little more, maybe 55%.
It says 23% have an associates, which means they got their general eds.
No. You're wrong. What happens with that is usually factories will give you in-house courses, which will give you an equivalency of.
It says 73% of people.
That's not. I'm telling you how the process works.
Degrees. Yeah. No, you can tell me how a process works, but again, that's your personal experience.
No. This is just you can look. You can look this up. So what happens is they'll give you in-house training, which will apply to X amount of college. No, I get it. Fine, they don't. Your own statistics just show that they don't have degrees, dude.
No, actually, they do. So 50% hold a bachelor's.
They have 50%. You say 50%, so that's half, and then you say you say that 23% have associate's degrees.
So more than half of them have an education beyond high school?
No, it's not more than half. It would be half. You say only 23% have an associate's. Is that 20?
By the way, an associate's is still education beyond high school.
Give me a break, man.
That's what an associate's degree is.
Okay, yeah, a year and a half of in-house training, which applies to the degree. That's what happens, man. So yes, and they do it through an apprenticeship. They do them through apprenticeship programs, bro.